We in these streets.
All right, everybody. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Y'all know what it is. Three Kings Boxing. Always go to threekingsboxing.com for the latest grades. What's going on in the sport of boxing? Shout out to everybody over there. Shout out to my man Prodigy for staying up late so we can do this one right here, man. Give y'all talk about these fights and break down what's going on, family.
Man, I want to know who watched that damn Jake Paul farce. That's what I want to know. Because I forgot that fight was even happening until, I'm on my illegal shit and I see Jake Paul versus Silva. I'm like, what? That fight was today? So I watch Loma. I go to the next one because I'm looking for Williams, Zepeda, and JoJo Diaz, and then I'm find myself on the damn 8th round of Silva and Jake Paul. Now, they only fought 8 rounds, bro. It was an 8-round fight, bro. And apparently, I don't know what happened. I really don't give a shit. Apparently, Silva got knocked down or something. I don't know. All I heard was Jake Paul calling out Canelo Alvarez. I was done after that, man. He called out Nate Diaz, and then he said Canelo Alvarez. He said, everyone has been writing me off and all this other shit. And he's like, I just beat a legend. Why wouldn't I be able to beat Canelo too? I hope to God Canelo takes that fucking fight, bro. I need Canelo to take that fight. You know what I'm saying, bro? And it won't be no fixed bullshit. Not with Canelo. You're not fixing the fight with Canelo in your favor. Not happening. Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
He beat an MMA legend that had a medical condition that almost canceled the fight. That's why I thought the fight actually got canceled, because they was talking about Silva's medical condition.
And he's 47 years old. Right. You and that nigga around the same age, bro.
No, I'm old. Way.
I know you ain't way older. You're older, but y'all around the same age. Y'all are in the same generation.
Yup.
So yeah, dog, that's bad, man. He basically fought you, nigga.
I just beat a legend. All right, man. Whatever, man. All right, man. All right, man. So had a lot of fights take place this weekend. Let's jump right on into it, and let's start off with Cuba. My man Robiesy Ramirez, man. After scoring another knockout, that left hand is lethal, man. He's starting to sit down on them punches. I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it. Loving what I'm saying. Finally found a style that he's like. He's pushing up on the world title, man, at the featherweight division. Now, he's ranked number 3 by, I believe it's the WBO. He's ranked number 5 by the IBF. He's ranked number 7 by the WBC and number 8 by the WBA. The one that's tough, the one that really sticks out is the one at WBO, which is number 3, because I believe he's ranked number 3 and Isaac Dalbe is ranked number 1. And Emmanuel Navarrete, we know he's going up. Man, we may see Robiesy Ramirez fight Isaac Dalbe, man. What do you think about Robiesy Ramirez and how he's fighting now, and him and a possible title shot?
Well, before we do that, what I'm saying, let me get in here and do what I do, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Snoop C. He in the building. He said, yo, 2K, I definitely value your takes on fight predictions and fight breakdowns. Wish you were more active on Twitter to drop more gems. Shout out to the 3KB. Man, I hate Twitter, bro. I hate it. There's a lot of dumb niggas on Twitter. I cannot put myself in that category of a bunch of dumb Twitter fags, bro. Can't do it, Snoop C. But shout out to my man Snoop C for that comment, man. Shout out to my man Virtuoso. He's in these Asian streets. Shout out to J.L. Davis, who's always in these streets. WOE said, howdy there, partner. I'm in these streets. That's what's up. MB 2.0 is out here in these streets. My man Alex is always in these 3KB streets. That's what I'm talking about. All right, man. Robiesy Ramirez has come a long way from losing that very first fight. Pro debut with Top Rank, right? Olympic gold medalist, beat Shakur Stevenson. Top Rank signed him immediately, and then he lost. And everyone was like, yo, this dude is definitely not the dude that beat Shakur Stevenson in the Olympics. Matter of fact, a lot of people were like, I told you Shakur got robbed, which he didn't. But people were like, I told you he got robbed. He beat Robiesy. Look what Robiesy did just now. Right? So a lot of people were writing him off. Bob Arum was like, no. Just wait it out. You know what I'm saying? He's good. Something happened, but he will come back from that. That's exactly what he did. He even rematched the guy that he lost to, right? And
Yeah.
ended up beating him easily in the second fight. But he's gone on to beat some pretty decent prospects and a decent contender, right? And Abraham Nova. That last fight, not tonight, but the fight before, when he beat Abraham Nova, I was ready to see him in the title shot, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now, I think I was asking for Emmanuel Navarrete, actually, after he beat Abraham Nova.
Yeah, you
So
were.
I thought he was ready then. Beating the guy he beat tonight, I don't know who that is. I'm not sure, Bo, if you know who he is. Jose Mateus Romero. Don't know the guy. I don't know him. He's 26-2. But like I said, I've already seen what I needed to see from Robiesy Ramirez to say he's ready for a title shot. So tonight was just extra, just icing on the cake. Like, get this nigga his title shot. What you said about Isaac Dogbe, I think that fight happens. I think you told me earlier Brandon Figueroa is ranked number 2, right?
Yeah.
But Figueroa is what, Golden Boy, I believe, or PBC. Is he with PBC, I think? One of them two. I think he's with PBC. But we know WBO is generally ran by top rank. Bob Arum can go in there and say, all right, we want this fight to happen, and we want this fight to happen next, right?
Yep.
So in this situation, Dogbe is with top rank, right? Robiesy Ramirez is with top rank. That's the most likely fight to happen for that vacant WBO title that Navarrete just vacated to move up, right, to 130. So that's I think that needs to happen next. I hope they're on the phone doing that right now. I got Robiesy Ramirez beating Isaac Dogbe if that fucking fight happens, and he's a champion, right? I think how many fights has Robiesy Ramirez had? 11?
11?
Yeah. So he's had 11 fights. By his 12th fight, he should be a world champion if they're playing their cards right. Robiesy Ramirez is serious business. No longer was he that guy that was afraid of the professional bright lights in his first professional fight, right? As Bo mentioned, he's sitting down on his punches, right? He's showing that slickness that he showed in the Cuban amateur system, right?
Yep.
He's utilizing that jab. He's making people he's confusing his opponents behind that southpaw style, right?
Yep.
But the fact that he's sitting down on his punches, that is added to his repertoire. He doesn't have to outbox everyone. Now he can be like, fuck it, let me get this motherfucker out of here. The Abraham Nova fight, I thought that fight was going to be a 10 or 12 round, whatever it was. I thought that fight was going the distance and was going to be a tough fight for Robiesy Ramirez because Nova's a good fighter.
Yeah.
This motherfucker said, no, I'm about to run this dude over. Check this out. Put his foot on the gas, bro. Sat down on every shot he threw and knocked him out, bro, in the 5th round. So, yeah, man, I need to see Robiesy in there with some top fighters at 126, if not a title shot in his next fight.
Now, I'm glad you said that because I'm going to run off some names and you tell me what you think as far as a fight with Robiesy Ramirez. The very first name that we have is going to be Josh Warrington.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the fight I want him to get, man. Yeah. I like that fight.
Good fight.
I think he and all, keep in mind, it's sad to say this, but Josh Warrington gonna have an easy title defense if he has to fight Kiko Martinez again, who just won the mandatory. Because he just won the IBF mandatory.
He beat Jordan Gill though. I mean, Jordan Gill struggled in his last fight, almost lost that one. So I knew Kiko was gonna win this one. This was a setup. Eddie Hearn knew what he was doing.
He sure did, right? So you got that. Another guy, I think Ray Vargas is going up. So whoever fights for that Ray Vargas belt, and that's a situation where we may see him, because I think Brandon Figueroa is ranked high there also as well.
Yeah,
that's another good fight with Robiesy Ramirez. Robiesy Ramirez could wind up running the tables at 126 in my eyes, man. What do you think about that?
I think he can. I think a guy like Brandon Figueroa would be the guy that probably doesn't allow that to happen. Figueroa is a fucking excellent fighter. I don't think he gets the credit that he deserves. I mean, the fight with Stephen Fulton was excellent, bro. It could have gone either way. I had Fulton winning, but it could have gone either way. I would not have been mad if Brandon Figueroa took that decision. Anybody in the ring that's getting split decision losses or losses against Stephen Fulton at 122 is serious business. So I think that guy is the one person off the top of my head that I think gives him serious issues at 126 pounds. And I don't think Top Rank goes that route for Robiesy. They're not going to go the WBC route. They're going to allow PBC to handle that. They're going to go the WBO route. That's the route they always go, a la Jeff Horn, Chris Algieri, Manny Pacquiao, Tim Bradley. They're going to go the WBO route. So that's the route they go. It's Isaac Dogbay, who's a stablemate. If he gets a title shot next, that is the one. If they go anywhere other than that, it's a stupid decision, bro.
Agreed 100%, man. But so glad to see Robiesy Ramirez. Like you said, man, he's finally found he's not afraid of the bright lights, and he's sitting down on those punches. That's an excellent fight. Dude's he's coming alive. Now, they was talking about a possible matchup between him and Oscar Valdez, the winner of Oscar Valdez and Emmanuel Navarrete. I like that fight also as well, but I want him to get a title at 126 first, man.
Yeah.
So most definitely. That's all right. All right, so let's keep it going, man. We got William Zepeda. Shocked JoJo Diaz right now. My man is in here. He's talking about something. Oh, I saw the fight. Why are y'all shocked? Let me tell y'all something. JoJo Diaz is an experienced fighter. He's a former IBF champion, right? And what we mean by shock, basically, he just outworked him. That's really all William Zepeda did, was he just kind of outworked him. That work rate was there. The punching power was there. JoJo Diaz tried to start off fast, but William Zepeda just wouldn't let him, man. When you look at JoJo Diaz at 135 pounds, I think that division might be a little bit too much for him, Prodigy, man. What's your thoughts on this?
I don't know, but JoJo Diaz has never been a guy that I thought was really good. I mean, I don't know who said that comment about us being shocked. I mean, that's just what we wrote in the decision. In the description, we're not shocked. At least I'm not shocked. You know what I'm saying? Understand, man. JoJo Diaz is a golden boy fighter, which means he's got a machine behind him. Remember when they put him up against Gary Russell Jr.? I was like, what the fuck are they doing? I was actually surprised that Oscar De La Hoya did that. You know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't ready for that fight. And he would have never been ready for that fight. If they fought today, Russell beats him again. You know what I'm saying? JoJo Diaz is an okay fighter. Who did he really beat, right, to put himself amongst the best? Tevin Farmer? Well, I'll go and tell you I didn't think Tevin Farmer was that good of a fighter. Ivan Redcash made Tevin Farmer. If Ivan Redcash would have did what he was supposed to do and beat Tevin Farmer, then we would have never even heard of Tevin Farmer, bro. But when that happened, that opened up a fucking can of bullshit where Tevin Farmer actually goes and loses to Kenichi Ogawa. He loses to him, but then he failed a drug test. So then everybody's like, all right, let's erase that. You know what I'm saying? That didn't really happen. And then he goes and fights Billy Dibb for the vacant IBF title. And that's what started the bullshit, where Tevin Farmer is walking around here like he's some top-level pound-for-pound fighter because he beat fucking Billy Dibb for a vacant title. James Tennyson and fucking Jono Carroll and Guillaume Frenois. I mean, get the fuck out of here, right? Fighting them dudes. You know what I'm saying? Talking about he a top-level fighter. That's who JoJo Diaz really got popular off of, because Tevin Farmer did a great job marketing himself. He pretty much deceived boxing fans into thinking he was a good fighter. Some niggas was out here saying Tevin Farmer was going to beat Tank Davis.
Yes.
They really believed that shit, bro. So Farmer did an excellent job overhyping himself and marketing himself. Right, MB 2.0 made that nigga look like he was Purnell. Right. He did an excellent job marketing himself and overhyping himself to where people thought, when JoJo Diaz beat him, that JoJo Diaz was an elite fighter now. Mm-hmm. But JoJo Diaz went in there and had a draw with Shavkat Rakhimov. And I'm telling cats, hey, Rakhimov might beat this dude. I'm telling cats before the fight. We had a chat, Three Kings boxing chat, of course. And we're in the chat talking about Rakhimov versus Diaz prior to the fight. And we're saying Rakhimov might win this fight. And what happened? He had a draw. So, long story short, even though I already did the long story version, JoJo Diaz is not that great of a fighter. Never really was. He's a good contender. Like, he's a guy that'll sit in your division and beat some of the up-and-coming fighters, but fall short against the top-level fighters. That's JoJo Diaz. If there's a champion if there's a guy that ends up having a belt, but really isn't that great of a fighter, JoJo could beat him. But that's it. If we're talking about real top level dudes in the division, he loses those guys. Right?
Right.
William Zepeda was a up and coming contender, not prospect, up and coming contender, right? Who made his bones in Mexico. However, he showed that even he could defeat someone of JoJo Diaz's caliber. And he showed it prior to this fight. I didn't pick Zepeda to win this fight prior, but I also didn't think it was going to be an easy win for Diaz. I remember people were talking about, I'm sorry, not people. We reported that Diaz said that he wanted to fight, I think he said he wanted to fight Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney in a rematch after the Zepeda fight. And I remember reading our article, and I was like, he might not even fucking beat Zepeda. The fuck is he talking about Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney for? He might lose to Zepeda. So, no, this wasn't a surprise at all, man. Like, JoJo Diaz is not that. He's overhyped, man, by the fans, and he was overhyped by himself, man.
So check this out. So let me ask you this. My man Alex is saying this right here. He said, "Are you saying that he's a credible gatekeeper at this point?"
I don't think so. A gatekeeper to me is somebody that can't win a belt, right?
Right.
I think JoJo Diaz could win. I mean, he had the IBF, right, at 130. If Devin Haney vacates all the belts at 135 and moves up to 140, he's got an opportunity to beat somebody for one of those vacant belts if he ends up in one of those fights. So I don't consider him a gatekeeper. I think he's a top-level contender, or let me say a mid-level contender. A gatekeeper to me is somebody who can't even beat the contenders, right? Or is par with the contenders, and then loses to other prospects. You see what I'm saying? Right. I don't think he's that yet. I think that if he loses to another prospect, yes, you can say he's a gatekeeper, because at that point, it's a situation where his motivation would go down at that point. Zepeda is going to be a big hit to him, but if he loses to another prospect type fighter or another up and coming contender that people expect him to beat, I think then we can call him a gatekeeper, but not right now. He's still a mid-level contender.
You know, the thing about this, man, is this right here, and you said this, right? You said that him beating Tevin Farmer made people believe that this guy was a top-level fighter. Here's the thing that people got to understand. Sometimes boxing is like a magic trick. It has various different types of illusions, right? They can make you think that, hey, man, this guy is all this and all that, or the guy ain't all this and all that. And then when you see him in the ring, it changes your mind. JoJo Diaz, although he is a good fighter, he still has the same. JoJo Diaz still has the same flaws he had when he fought Gary Russell. Starts off slow, right? Yeah, he starts off slow. He doesn't let his hands really go, and he looks to counter. Well, when you get a volume puncher, just like Zepeda was, well, that's a tough task for somebody like that. And he's not going to change. At this point, JoJo Diaz is not going to change. You know, he's not going to change the way he fights, right? So going into this fight with Zepeda, if you know boxing, then you know that I'm not saying that I didn't think he was going to win. I didn't think he was going to. I thought Zepeda, I actually felt like, man, Zepeda probably win. I didn't think Zepeda would win like this, though. He just, for 12 rounds, just letting punches go and was getting at him, Now, we'll give JoJo Diaz credit. He's tough. JoJo Diaz never been knocked out. I don't even know if he's ever been knocked out. He's tough. But when you put him in there, like, JoJo Diaz, in my opinion, you can correct me if I'm wrong, he's like I would say he's like a B- level type of fighter.
Yeah,
right?
I'd put him there.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Maybe solid B.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He'll give guys a good run for the money, but he's always going to be in a position where, he's never going to be in a position, my honest opinion, where it's his fight to lose. I mean, when he fights top echelon guys, it's never a position where it's his fight to lose. No, he has to do certain things and change certain ways he fights in order to win, which he's incapable of doing because he only knows how to fight one way, man.
Well, I mean, I'll give you a good example. If JoJo Diaz would have been in line to face George Cambosa while Cambosa was holding 3 of those 4 major titles, then that's a fight that he could have won.
Right.
And now you'd be looking at JoJo Diaz as a unified champion, kind of like how Nate Campbell beat Juan Diaz. Nate Campbell was never that good of a fighter. You know what I'm saying? But Juan Diaz just so happened to be a unified champion at that time, and it was the same division too. It was lightweight, right?
Yup.
And Nate Campbell came and whooped his ass, and then he became a unified champion. It would have been the same kind of scenario like that. JoJo Diaz is very capable of beating George Cambosis. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, yeah, man, like somebody in here said, I think it was Sinful. He said Gamboa is what a gatekeeper is. Exactly. Like Yuriorkis Gamboa is that motherfucker needs to retire, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, do we have something under gatekeeper journeyman? I think journeyman's under gatekeeper. I wouldn't call Gamboa a journeyman just yet. I'd say he's a gatekeeper, but he's approaching journeyman status if he keeps losing fights, bro. At a point right now, he needs to fucking retire. My man Alex said that he doesn't think that Diaz could beat the likes of Isak, Cruz, and Mitchell Rivera. Rivera would be a good fight. I think Cruz would be a good fight too. I'm not ready to say that Cruz beats him. I'm not sold on Isak. I'm not sold on him, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's too one-dimensional, bro. That's a good fight. I can't say Isak wins that. Mitchell Rivera, I think Mitchell Rivera has the style to be able to beat him because he can employ a same style that Devin Haney employed, right? So he could execute that same kind of style. Not as good as Haney, but he could do it. But again, JoJo Diaz is not a elite level talent, so he could fall victim to a Mitchell Rivera, end up losing to him. See what I'm saying? Right. So yeah, I mean, I somewhat agree to that. But that, man, Isak Cruz, man, I don't get it, bro. I'm not on him, bro. I'm not on dude, man.
Here's the thing about Isak Cruz. Isak Cruz is extremely one-dimensional. He's a pressure fighter that comes forward and relies to be up on your chest. He's not going to jab his way in. He's not going to try to lead his way. He's just going to come in. Well, what's the one way to beat a pressure fighter? Floyd showed you this. As a matter of fact, if you follow boxing, you've been shown this several times. How you beat a pressure fighter? Counterpunching.
Yep.
What is the one thing JoJo Diaz can do? Counterpunch.
Yep.
So I'm with you. Hell no, I'm not ready to say that Isak Cruz beats him. Hell no. Mitchell Rivera is a little bit like I agree with you on Mitchell Rivera. Mitchell Rivera is a little bit different. But the thing about Isak Cruz again is that optical illusion. Okay. He gets in there against Tank Davis and he goes 12 rounds with Tank Davis, who, by the way, had to fight with one arm. Let's keep it a buck. He hurt his wrist, had to finish the fight like that. And everybody got carried away simply because he went 12 rounds with Tank. Then you throw him in there against Gamboa, and all of a sudden he's this debilitating monster. Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop
yeah.
it,
I think William Zepeda gives Isak Cruz trouble.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I like to see that fight. Let me see that. Let me see what William Zepeda is made of.
You know, I'm glad because I was just going to ask you. They talked about that William Zepeda against Rivera, or maybe even Isak Cruz. I think Rivera would be a tougher fight for him than Isak Cruz, to be honest with you. I think the volume punching of Zepeda just would be too much for Cruz. But Rivera would be a different trick. Rivera can actually box with him.
Yeah, I mean, Rivera is underrated right now. Maybe where is he from? Dominican Republic or something like that?
Yeah.
And maybe it's because of that. He don't really have a lot of the push that he needs to have to get his name out there. But a lot of cats don't know who Mitchell Rivera is. He's nice, man. You know what I'm saying? He's good. And if they match him up well enough, they put the right guys in front of him, that dude could have a breakout year at some point. I'm waiting on it, man.
It's coming. It's coming. He's one of the other guys at 135 that's highly approaching it. I think he's in the top 5 and I think 2 or 3 of the sanctioning body. So it's coming, man. It's coming, man. All right. We got to, move on over to women's boxing, man. You got Katie Taylor, the undisputed lightweight champion of the world. So Katie Taylor fought today. Good fight. She, fought over in the UK, put on a very good show.
Let me say this real quick. Before you do that, man. That girl is good. I want people to understand something. I'm not talking about Katie Taylor. That girl, Karen Carbajal, hey, man, if she had a fucking trainer, because I'm watching this, you know what I'm saying, and I'm watching it with my daughter because she's getting ready to get into the amateur system soon. I'm telling her, hey, you see how tall? My daughter's tall, got long reach. Same thing with Karen Carbajal. Do you see how tall and long she is? But you see how she's giving up her height and her reach by trying to fight Katie Taylor at mid-range to close distance. Bruh, if she had a trainer, and she was getting Katie with that jab whenever she started fucking throwing it. Actually, towards the end of the fight, in the championship rounds, she won, and I think she won round 8 and 9, I believe I gave her.
I gave her the same rounds.
Yeah, and then I gave Taylor the 10th. And the reason why she won those rounds is because she was actually starting to box, man. For some reason, rounds 1 through fucking 7, she's in close with Taylor. She's lunging, trying to get closer to Taylor, and then with her lunging, Taylor's able to come over that left hand that was too low with that overhand right that she kept landing with money. I mean, it was if she threw 100 overhand rights, she landed 95 of them, dog. And it was because Carbajal was giving up her height and reach, and she kept her left hand too low. If she would have just stayed on the outside and boxed Katie Taylor, she could have beaten her, dog. Real talk. And then in the 8th and the 9th round showed how much of a problem she could have been if she only had a real trainer in her fucking corner.
Mm-hmm.
So her promoter is Chino Maidana, so Marcos Maidana ain't gonna tell her how to do that. And then whoever the hell is her whoever her fucking trainer was, he wasn't saying it. You see what I'm saying? So, dog, I hate to see that, dog, because she's got the right dimensions to be a good lightweight. She actually had a nice jab, right? She just didn't know how to use her advantages, or to use her advantages in this fight. She didn't know how to do it, and that's why she lost. Hopefully, bruh, she goes back, fires this trainer, gets another trainer probably from here that can teach her how to use her height and her reach. Because if they can teach her that, and she can get into doing that, she's a problem at lightweight, man.
Yeah, and here's the thing about it. And here's where you make a very valid point. This is what we tell you guys all the time. You got to get with the right people, right? It's all about who you get with the right people. If you guys watch that fight, because Katie Taylor was shocked that she didn't start out with the jab at the beginning. She even admitted that herself. They thought she was going to come out with that jab at the beginning, and she didn't because she's so tall. And then you can literally see how the girl's ring got cute. I'm watching this fight. I'm like, yo, this girl got some ring got cute because Katie Taylor couldn't do. There was certain times that she was able to do certain things that surprised Katie Taylor. Right now, to your point about her corner was just trash. Like, let's just keep it above.
Terrible, bro.
Anytime a fighter that tall goes 8 rounds before they start throwing the jab, moving. I mean, at one point she was fighting like this before she started fighting up like that.
She sure was. Right.
You know what I'm saying? I remember Katie Taylor corner told her, hey, all you got to do is throw the jab and just blindly throw the hook because she always leans this one particular way.
They told her blindly throw the hook. Then they said follow up with another hook to the body. You'll never miss it. That's exactly what they said. You'll never miss. Come on, man. Like that was her fight. I mean, Katie Taylor's an elite level talent. I mean, come on, right? But this is the perfect example. If you take a certain prototype of a fighter and you've got that prototype executing the right style, that motherfucker can be a problem, man.
Yeah.
And that's Carbajal, but she needs the right trainer, man.
I agree with you, man. Hopefully she, like you said, they go back to the tape and they get rid of them, but I highly doubt it. You know why? Because she was so grateful to be put in that position right there that I highly doubt she gets rid of. But Chino Maidana's not going to teach her how to do that. She needs to. You know what Maidana needs to do? Say, you know what? I'm going to introduce you to Robert Garcia. He taught me my jab.
He taught me how to jab. And you see, my jab was blinding my chopping right hand even against Floyd Mayweather. Right?
You're right.
So if the jab was doing that much for you to where you could land chopping right hands on Floyd Mayweather, if you can make fucking Adrian Broner do the goddamn Harlem Shake, you know what I'm saying, before he went down, then yeah, introduce her to fucking Robert Garcia. She needs a trainer that could teach her how to use her jab and fight from the outside. Man, I don't know, man. I just hate it. I mean, it's good win for Katie. I'm not shitting on that because, like, the topic we getting ready to get into, there's good matchups for Katie Taylor in the future. But I just hate seeing a fighter that could have done better in a fight if they just would have had a better trainer. I hate seeing that shit, man.
Absolutely agreed with you 100%. But Katie Taylor won, still undisputed. Now they asked Katie Taylor about who she wants to fight. Of course, Eddie Hearn is pushing for the fight to be an island, and Katie Taylor said straight up, "Yeah, I want to fight Amanda Serrano. I definitely want that rematch. I think that we got to get the fans what they want. I'm just here to fight. I'm not looking at retired. I'd love to fight." So that's
the only thing you missing is that her moving her voice high and low. That's the only thing you missing. But that's pretty good, bro.
Well, I'm a man. I can't do that high and low. I'm
Right.
sorry.
Right.
I ain't no Ralph Tress man.
No, bro.
But yeah, but there's other fights out there for her, man. Now, Katie Taylor could go up to 140. She could fight the winner of Jessica McCaskill and Chantel Cameron. She could fight that winner. That's a fight I know Cameron been wanting.
If Cameron wins that, that's a they're revisiting some amateur fights. They fought each other several times in the amateurs, man.
Yeah. And Cameron has been mad about losing to her ever since.
Yeah.
She's never gotten over that loss. Then there's one fight in particular. And I'm gonna let my man Prodigy tell y'all. I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna let Prodigy tell y'all. There's one fight in particular that's the best fight for Katie Taylor. Go ahead, Prodigy.
Listen, bro. She can forego fighting Hayumi Choi, move up to lightweight and fight Katie Taylor, and that's Alicia Baumgardner. I want to see that shit, right? Because she'd want to fight Hayumi Choi to be the undisputed champion at 130 pounds. Well, shit, if you get an opportunity to fight Katie Taylor, guess what? That fight's for undisputed at lightweight, and you get paid more money. That's a good fight. I want to see that shit, dog. The way Alicia Baumgardner fought Michaela Meyer, right? The way she knocked out Terry Harper, I want to see that against Katie Taylor. I want to see how that fares against Katie Taylor because it's the counterpunching ability that I have not seen Katie Taylor fight against. Amanda Serrano wasn't that. Amanda Serrano was foot on my front, fighting off my front foot and applying pressure and throwing an unlimited number of punches every round. That was Amanda Serrano. We saw her against that, right? Yeah. Now I want to see her against a slick fighter that can move off the back foot and counter her as she comes in. I want to see that, bro. So I'd love to get in touch with Alicia Baumgardner and be like, hey, fuck the Hayumi Choi fight. Let her have that shit. Go up to lightweight or see if you can make a fight with Katie Taylor at lightweight. If they because isn't Baumgardner with Eddie Hearn?
Yes, he is. Yes,
so Baumgardner's with fucking Eddie Hearn, bro. That fight can get made. Talk to Eddie Hearn. Hey, I'll go up there. Because didn't she fight she fought Medusa at 135, I believe. Medusa moved up to 140, became the WBO champion there, and then lost that belt to Katie Taylor later on. But the one loss that Baumgardner has was to Medusa at 135. You see what I'm saying? Y'all, I ain't making fun of her. That's her nickname. Medusa. What's her name? Christina in the Dark Tower. That's her real nickname, right? So she could easily go back up to 135. She moved down to 130, y'all. She can go to 135. Talk to Eddie Hearn. Hey, make this fight, dog. That's a big fight. It's in-house. And I think Katie Taylor would either go. I mean, she wants to be in Ireland in her next fight.
Yeah.
Alicia Baumgardner went to the UK to beat Terry Harper. So I don't see why she wouldn't go to Ireland. I don't see why she wouldn't do it. I want that, dog. I don't know if we're going to get it, but that's the fight I want to see is Taylor versus Baumgardner, man.
Here's what makes that fight interesting to me. Outside of the counterpunching, the speed and the athleticism is also something Katie Taylor has not seen. Christina Dartel was decent, but she didn't have the athleticism that Alicia Baumgardner have. Neither did Delphine Persoon. Delphine Persoon had the power, just not that athleticism. So the speed with that athleticism. Then also keep in mind, man, the counter punching ability, like you just said, of Alicia Baumgardner would make Katie Taylor be honest.
Yeah, dog.
That's something. I mean, those three things are something we didn't see her with, and we just saw, like you just said, here's a chick that really didn't have the training to tell her to do the right thing, that was actually having some success against Katie Taylor in the later parts of the rounds. So and then Natasha Jonas also, who still, doesn't have the athleticism that Baumgardner had. She had some success against Katie Taylor also as well when she fought her. So I'm with you, man. I'm like, man, listen, man, damn Amanda Serrano, she tripping. Going down to 120. She don't know what the hell she want to do.
We've already seen that. Katie Taylor went to New York,
right?
Fought, Amanda Serrano on her home turf. It was a close fight. I thought it could have gone either way, but I favored Katie Taylor at the end of the fight. I had Katie Taylor winning. She got the dub. That's it, man. They have a rematch in Ireland. Katie Taylor's definitely going to win. It's in fucking Ireland. And to be quite honest with you, Amanda needs to go to Ireland if that fight happens.
She does.
Because Katie went to your home. Now you got to go to hers. You had your opportunity to win, and you lost. Now it's going to be even harder for you to get a win over her because you got to beat her in her hometown now. See what I'm saying? So honestly, I'm not really interested in seeing a rematch with Amanda Serrano. I want to see some new blood, and that's Alicia Baumgardner, man.
I agree with you 100%. Hell, I don't even want to. If McCaskill win, I don't even want to see a rematch McCaskill. I don't want to see that.
Nah, I don't want to see that shit. No. Beat the dog shit out of McCaskill. McCaskill's not even a better fighter since then.
Right.
She just fought. She's not, bro. Like I remember she got her belts. I can't remember the chick she beat.
Faras?
Yeah, Faras, right. That fight was boring as hell. And that's how she got her belts to end up becoming a worthy opponent to fight Cecilia Brækhus, right? Because she was the champion at 140 unified. And then she ended up getting the shot to fight Cecilia Brækhus. And then both Cecilia Brækhus's fights were very sloppy, in my opinion. Literally, McCaskill won the first one because Brækhus didn't throw enough punches, and she was just more volume, I guess, right? She was basically dictating the pace, being the aggressor. She was pushing the fight onto Cecilia while Cecilia wasn't throwing any punches, so you had to give the fucking fight to Jessica McCaskill. But that second fight, I thought McCaskill lost. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I'm not interested in a Jessica McCaskill, Katie Taylor rematch. That's an ass whooping again. So that's why I need Chantel Cameron to go ahead and beat Jessica McCaskill so she can get the goddamn fight with Katie Taylor so we can actually see a real storyline there. They got amateur history. Chantel Cameron don't really like her like that. You know what I'm saying? And she's been asking for a Katie Taylor fight literally her entire professional career. Bo's been interviewing her. Bo's interviewed her like 8-9 fucking times. And in every single one of those interviews, she's saying that she would like to fight Katie Taylor. So that fight has story behind it, bro. I mean, McCaskill Taylor does too, but it ain't no good storyline. It's one where, the girl got her ass whooped previously. Not interested.
And I can't even argue with you. McCaskill is the exact same fighter, if not maybe a little worse than when she fought Katie the first time. So you're absolutely right there, man.
My man, Bong Ki Kong. He said Serrano smacked Taylor silly. Yup, in the first half of that fight, absolutely. Second half of that fight, Serrano took her foot off the gas, started backpedaling, and started getting caught. I don't know why she took her foot off the gas. She never did that. Because if she would have kept her foot on the gas, that was a win for her. She was beating the shit out of Katie Taylor in the first half of that fight. And then for some reason, took her foot off the gas. That's exactly what happened. Exactly what happened.
And she did that famous laugh she do at the end. At the end of the fight, right? That's what she did, man. All right, man. I know you guys saw the fight. This one, my man, Prodigy. Woo! Hey, man. This is why we tell y'all. Watch this. This is why we tell y'all, man. Y'all need to stop following these so-called self-proclaimed boxing knowledge experts. Stop following them. Follow this. My man Prodigy told you guys. He said, man, Jamaine Ortiz is not a tune-up. Anybody thinking he's a tune-up is wrong. Well, he proved that tonight, right? He definitely proved that tonight, right? Jamaine Ortiz gave a performance in that nobody that's not Three Kings saw coming, because we all knew that, hey man, this dude was not a pushover, like my man Prodigy said. And then on top of that, here's one thing you guys also got to remember: Lomachenko is coming back from not having to fight for a very long time.
Yep.
So you got to deal with ring rust. On top of that, he's 33, 34 years old. So when you get 33, 34, what starts to go that you heavily depend upon? Your reflexes.
Yeah.
They slip. Your hand-eye coordination, they slip a little bit. So Jamaine Ortiz, a confident fighter coming off retiring in Jamel Herring, and prior to Jamel Herring, the dude was good. He was an amateur fighter, you know. He was a good amateur fighter. Fought Teofimo Lopez in the amateurs. So Jamaine Ortiz is a cat that came into this fight not scared, not afraid of the moment. And actually, in my opinion, he seized the moment. He just didn't get the win, but he definitely seized the moment, man. I like what I saw at him. This boy's going to be a problem as it go later on, man. Prodigy, man, what's your thoughts about what you saw tonight?
Man, listen, as I told y'all a few podcasts before, man. Jamaine Ortiz was getting shitted on by the boxing community because they didn't know his name. And I was telling y'all, I said, hey, man, this the dude that retired Jamel Herring. I said, yes, Jamel Herring had previously been knocked out by Shakur Stevenson, but that was Shakur Stevenson. I mean, this is literally one of the most skilled fighters in the sport that he lost to, right?
Yep.
Jamel Herring picked Jamaine Ortiz as a comeback fight, bro. It was supposed to give him motivation. So Jamel Herring liked what he saw in the Jamaine Ortiz, or at least his team did, and said, yeah, man, let me get that dude, man. This be my comeback fight. And it was everything but. He whooped Jamel Herring's ass. Not only that, put him in retirement. He's young, he's hungry, and he was undefeated. I told y'all that. I said, this is not a fucking tune-up.
Yep.
This is a tough fight that Lomachenko is getting himself into. Now, everybody in the chat respects what we say on here, so everybody was like, all right, bet. You know what I'm saying? But the outside world still didn't understand. And that's why we tell y'all, man, follow this fucking show. We know what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? We know this sport. Jamaine Ortiz walked into the ring tonight and fought Vasyl Lomachenko the same way that Teofimo Lopez did. Now, we're going to talk about Teo on a little side topic after this, because he had reserves about Jamaine Ortiz. He had reserves about this fight, right? But he did exactly what Teo did. He watched Lomachenko's movements. And the fact that he was able to spar with Lomachenko, right, to get Lomachenko ready for Richard Comey helped him. He was a sparring partner. So he was using what he learned in sparring, and then using what he learned on tape, and then in real time watching his movement. And he realized, I got to move with this dude. Man, a video I made like 2 years ago. It was the Lomachenko versus Guillermo Rigondeaux prediction video I made. I said this back then, bro. This is what, December 2017, I believe. I said, yo, in order to beat Vasyl Lomachenko, you have to move with him. I said that way back then. You know what I'm saying? Way back then. You got to move with Vasyl Lomachenko. And y'all can go fucking fact check me if you want. That video is still on this channel. Go back and look for it. I said it on there. All right? That's how Teo was beating him. He was moving with him. He didn't allow Vasyl Lomachenko his angles to fluster the game plan that Teofimo Lopez had in the ring. Same thing with Jamaine Ortiz, bro. Another thing that you do is you keep volume in Vasyl Lomachenko's face. If you keep volume in his face, he always has to reset. Always. Keep the distance. If you've got the reach advantage, you keep the distance between you and him. When he jumps in, you move back behind that jab, behind straight punches. Don't throw any looping punches, because if you're throwing looping punches, he's quick enough to get underneath that and get inside you. When he moves in, you move back, throw straight punches and keep him honest, and turn with him, because he's going to give you an angle. He's not just a forward, back fighter like Amir Khan. That's not Vasyl Lomachenko. If he moves forward, he's going to either step to the right or to the left, right? To try to provide an angle. So you need to be prepared to move with him once he does that. Man, Jamaine Ortiz did that shit beautifully in the first half of this fucking fight, man. So I'm watching this shit with my son, and I'm telling my son, who's also going to be an amateur fighter soon, I'm telling him, look at the movement. I'm telling him to watch Vasyl's movement. Hell, nigga, by the third round, I'm like, hey, man, look at this kid Ortiz, bro. By the third fucking round, bro, I'm like, yeah. You know, keep looking at the white dude, but look at this other dude right here, bro. Look at what he's doing right now. You know what I'm saying?
That's funny.
Dude was, man, he did it beautifully, bro. He kept the volume up. He kept turning with Vasyl Lomachenko, and he kept the distance between them, and he kept the jab pumping. Man, he had Vasyl's eyes swole up in the first round. Now they were saying, you know, top rank bias as fuck. Oh, it was the tape that swole his eye up. Yeah, the tape hit him. But guys, isn't that part of the hand? That's boxing, brother. So whether you get hit with the fist or the tape, nigga, that's boxing. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Swole his eye up with punches, B. Whether it was from the tape or the glove, it doesn't matter. He got his eyes swole up in that first round. Don't want to hear shit
from a punch.
Exactly, Bo. Don't want to hear shit about no, it was the tape. No. He got his eyes swole up. And then Jamaine Ortiz capitalized on that by continuing to do what he was doing in the first round for 3 rounds after that. But then something changed. Vasyl Lomachenko adjusted. It's what makes him a smart fighter, right? 400 amateur wins, 400 plus amateur wins, 1 loss. That 1 loss avenged like 8 fucking times, right? There's a reason why he's that fighter. He's that smart. He's not only skilled, he's smart. So if you're doing something to him, he's going to make the adjustment, just like he made the adjustment against Teofimo Lopez, right?
Yep.
Just like he made the adjustment. He didn't have enough rounds, but he made the adjustment against Orlando Salido, right?
Yep.
He made the adjustment against Jamaine Ortiz. That was bound to happen. Vasyl starts off slow, and then he makes adjustments, right?
Yep.
The one thing that I saw, 2 things that I saw. Jamaine Ortiz was he's fighting a southpaw. He was successfully keeping his lead foot on the outside of Vasyl Lomachenko's lead foot, right? And I was telling my son as that was transpiring, I said the reason why he keeps his left foot out there, or his lead foot out there on the outside, is so that he can spin away from Vasyl Lomachenko's big hand, right? His strong hand, which is his left hand. If you keep your foot on the inside and you try to spin away, well, you could trip over that fighter. And if that fighter lands a punch and you trip, guess what that is? Knockdown if you fall down. So you're forced to spin to the power side of your opponent, and he can land something on you while you're spinning towards the power side. So that's why foot placement, outside foot placement, is very fucking important when you're fighting a southpaw and you're an orthodox fighter. Jamaine Ortiz did that very well. In the second half of the fight, he lost foot placement, bro. He lost the foot placement battle. Also, I was telling my son, watch how Vasyl Lomachenko steps on his foot. Reason why he's doing that is because Jamaine Ortiz is trying to maintain distance between them, right? Oh, I'm getting to that, Daniel. Don't take it from me, Daniel. I'm getting to that.
Yeah, I'm not. I didn't put it up.
I put that on. No, yeah, don't even put it. I put that on my Facebook post, bro. I'm getting to that. Understand? I told my son, I said he's gonna step on his foot because he's trying to maintain distance between them. The best way to keep an orthodox fighter from maintaining distance as a southpaw fighter is to step on his feet. That keeps him stagnant. Then you can get on the inside of him. See what I'm saying? Vasyl Lomachenko is doing that beautifully, bro. The feints were fucking with Jamaine Ortiz, bro. The feints. Vasyl Lomachenko would jab step, and then he would throw the jab, but he wouldn't throw it complete. He would only halfway throw it. Ortiz would react to it, and then immediately after that reaction, Vasyl Lomachenko comes in with a straight left hand. He was catching him with that every single fucking time he threw it in the second half of that fight, bro. And then on top of that, he provided an angle. So Vasyl does. Beautiful adjustment by Vasyl. Now, Jamaine Ortiz then adjusted and turned southpaw. And this is where things went weird. He adjusted, turned southpaw, and he started commanding the fight the way that he did in the first half. He was beating Vasyl to the punch. He was catching him coming in. He got back his volume punching that was putting Vasyl back on his back foot, and then he was able to maintain that distance again. So it literally brought the fight back to how Jamaine Ortiz was dominating it in the first half when he turned southpaw. But then he went back orthodox. And then Vasyl was like, thank you. And then he started to dominate. And Jermaine never went back southpaw. I don't understand why the fuck he did that, bro. And now this goes with what Daniel said and what I was saying before the fight. I scored this fight 115-113 for Vasyl Lomachenko. Same as two of the judges had it. 117-111. I don't know what the fuck that judge was watching. Now he got the bag, bro. Bob Arum gave him the bag. It doesn't matter what you see. We need Vasyl to win the fight so we can make Loma Haney. He got the bag, right? The other two judges were straight on, right? Because they agree with 2K, so they was right. You know what I'm saying? It was clearly 115-113 for Vasyl Lomachenko. It got down to Vasyl having to use his experience against Jamaine Ortiz in order to get the fucking nod, bro. That's how he got the nod. He used his experience. Jamaine Ortiz has never been 12 rounds. Maybe that was why he switched back to orthodox. See what I'm saying? Yeah. Maybe that's why he did it. Because he didn't understand what was working in a time where it was clutch time at that point. Yeah, you were dominating the first half, but your opponent adjusted to you. So what do? He made the right adjustment to his opponent's adjustment, but abandoned it. Why did he do that? Because he doesn't have the experience. That's what happened, Bo. I said on my Facebook post immediately after this fight, if Jamaine Ortiz had fought 12 rounds previously, and not just one time, but a couple of times previous to this fight, and fought some nice contenders too. After Jamel Herring, he should have expanded on that for like 2 more fights or something, right? And both of those fights could have went, 12 rounds against 2 tough contenders. He could have won this fight. He would have pulled the upset, Bo. But he didn't have the experience and made the wrong decision in the most crucial point of the fight, the championship rounds. And Vasyl Lomachenko edged the fucking win, bro.
With that being said, here it comes. Is Vasyl Lomachenko ready for Devin Haney, or should he take another fight? That's the key question. Devin Haney was in attendance, right? Halloween outfit and and everything, right? Which I don't understand grown men in Halloween. Anyway, Devin Haney was in attendance. Got in the ring, and he basically said, "Hey, that fight's next." Lomachenko, to his credit, said he's willing to do whatever he has to do, whatever the demands are. He'll agree to them to fight Devin Haney. After that performance we saw, should he fight Devin Haney or should he take another tune-up? And if he fights Devin Haney, what's Devin Haney's chances of winning, Prodigy?
Well, Vasyl Lomachenko answered your question in the ring. He said he needs more time to prepare. So he specifically said himself, without saying it, that, I probably need another fight. So either he needs more time to prepare in terms of, we're not going to have this fight next, in the first quarter of 2023. It'll probably be like at the end of 2023 because I need more time to prepare. Or he means I need more time to prepare in the sense of another fight. I'm going to take the latter. He's talking about taking another fight. And I think that's the best decision. A good fighter, A smart fighter understands his limitations, understands when he's weak and when he's strong. Vasyl Lomachenko will tell you, yeah, that wasn't my best performance. I need to take another fight, or I need more preparation, as he put it. That's a smart fighter, bro. That's a fighter that's not delusional about what he's done in the ring, right? Exactly. Devin Haney would eat this nigga's lunch right now, bro. Real talk. Walk up to him, take his motherfucking sack, sit down and start eating his sandwich right in front of him. Vasyl wouldn't be able to do nothing. That's what would happen right now, Bo. If they fought right now, that's exactly what would fucking happen.
Hey, you telling me he would even take it to another table? He'd sit right there in front of him.
He'd sit right across from him and eat it right in front of him. Yup. And look at him. He wouldn't even look away from him the whole time. Exactly, bro. And Vasyl wouldn't be able to do shit about it if they fought right now. The way I put on my Facebook post as well, the way Jamaine Ortiz fought is the same way Devin Haney would fight, guys. He would literally do the same fucking thing, but put on top of that he's got the championship experience and he's a better fighter than Jamaine Ortiz overall. He would do the same shit, but in a better way with championship experience. He would beat Loma right now. That Loma we saw last night, Haney would smoke that Loma, bruh. And that's why Loma's saying himself, I need more preparation. Smart. Now, if he gets the ring rust off, and it's funny, Alex says this, he said probably going to take George Cambosa's next, or Cam Booty. I was going to say on this show, that's who Loma should fight next. George Cam Booty. He should fight him next. Because that would be one of the better fights for Lomachenko in terms of his reflexes, right?
Yeah.
Because Cambosa's has fast hands.
Yeah.
Very fast hands. So it would help Loma to shake the rust off in terms of how he reacts with his reflexes to an incoming shot. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, hopefully, George Cambosa's is strong-willed. I seen him arguing with some nigga on Facebook, which doesn't look good to me. But hopefully he's strong-willed, right? And he's not shot. And he's able to come back and give him a good fight if that were to happen, right? You're right, Daniel. He said Ortiz is better than Cambosa. I agree. But you don't go fight another Ortiz if you're Loma. You don't do that. You don't do that right after this fight. Hell no. You fight somebody. You fight a common opponent. Somebody that's already been in the ring with Devin Haney, right?
Yeah.
That knows what Devin Haney does and is going to learn from that experience and can possibly do that same thing to you. That's what you want. And that would be George Cambosa's at this point in time. Sure, he's not. Nobody can emulate Devin Haney right now unless you're Shakur Stevenson. But nobody else can emulate him. So he's not going to do exactly what Devin Haney's doing. However, the experience is going to have George Cambosa's fighting Loma a different way. And that's what Loma would want. That's what would prepare him for a guy like Devin Haney. So, yeah, dog. Like I said, he answered your question. I agree with him when he said it. I was like, yeah, dog, you can't fight Haney right now, bro. No. Let somebody else fight Haney right now. Haney, go do a motherfucking mandatory or something, dog. Go over there, bro. Lead it, man. Stop picking on this kid, man. Leave him alone, Haney. Stop picking on the boy, man. Leave him alone, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, it didn't even look right when they were face to face in the ring.
It didn't, right? Really, did it?
Vasyl was like, damn, look at this motherfucker here. Lightweight? Really? He heavyweight. Devin was like, I'll show you in the ring. I almost was like, hey, Devin, calm down, bro. He was just commenting on your size. Hey, calm down, brother. Damn. I just saw this motherfucker had this terrible showing. Calm down, man. You know, and then Vasyl's response to that was, well, I'd be prepared. That's all he could say. He didn't look good. At least he didn't look that good anyway. So at the end of the day, bruh, he has to take somebody else, man. The best fight for him right now that is low risk, but will help him, right, with being prepared for a Haney fight, because you're taking on a fighter that is in the B class level or C plus, wherever you put Cambosa's at. He's low risk because Cambosa's can't beat him, but he has fast hands. The whole point of a Cambosa's pick is the fast hands, guys. Understand. Loma's reflexes were terrible in this fight. He's got to get his reflexes back. That would give him his opportunity to beat Devin Haney. His reflexes. He needs to fight somebody that has fast hands, bro. That's George Cambosa's. Nobody else has fast hands like that in the division. I'm trying to think. Nobody else has fast hands like Cambosa's in the division.
No.
It's got to be Cambosa's. You know what I'm saying? If he ends up fighting somebody who can box very well and is of a higher caliber than Cambosa's, I say that's a risk. But if he decides to do it and he wins, then it ends up being better for him. But in my opinion, the hand speed of Cambosa's is what he needs right now, bro. So he can sharpen up his reflexes before he gets into a fight with Devin Haney. Because Devin Haney, like I said, is going to do everything that Jamaine Ortiz did tonight, but about 2 times better, man.
Agree with that 100%. Also, there's something else you guys got to look at, man. What is the one thing that Devin Haney showed you that he has? It's in his repertoire. If you follow Devin Haney when he fought Cambosa, when he fought JoJo Diaz, when he fought Jorge Hernandez, what is the one thing in Devin Haney repertoire that he used on a consistent basis to disrupt anything you do? His fucking jab.
Yep.
And his fucking jab is awesome. Right? Devin Haney at the 135-pound division throws a jab that throws everything off on anybody that steps in that ring with him. It makes them reset. Athletic fighters like Vasyl Lomachenko, volume fighters like Vasyl Lomachenko, athletic volume fighters like him are often reset by hitting them with the jab. Even in the Teofimo Lopez fight, when Teofimo Lopez would fire the jab, he didn't necessarily have to land it. It just made Lomachenko reset because it was coming at him.
Yep.
Well, Devin Haney's a dude, he'll land that motherfucker, right? Which is also good. Now, I do want to point this out, and this where I agree with you, and you're right. No, Teofimo Lopez is not ready right now. He's not. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, not Teofimo Lopez. Lomachenko is not ready right now for Devin Haney, right? But is Devin Haney gonna wait for Lomachenko to get ready? That's the real key. Is Devin Haney gonna stick around and wait for that man to get ready? Because the way Devin Haney looked, I agree with Loma. That motherfucker you can fight at 147, goddamn.
Right.
You know, will he wait for him? And if he is, and if he's not gonna wait for him, I don't think he should lead the division. I think he should just take a fight like a catchweight fight. If he's not gonna wait, say, look, man, I can't hang out here at 130. Let me do a catchweight fight. We'll see how it go from there, man. What should Devin Haney do if Teofimo Lopez isn't ready?
I mean, I already mentioned that. He's got 4 belts. So there's at least 4 number 1 contenders. Unless it's the IBF, they be putting vacant and shit at number 1. You know what I'm saying? But there's at least 3 number 1 contenders. He can easily fight one of them.
Right.
So he's got 4 belts. So think about it. There's 15 contenders for 4 belts. 15 times 4 is 60 motherfuckers, man. You're telling me there's nothing he can do? You got 60 people, bruh, that he could fight.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Like, damn.
Right. There's a hell of a lot he could do. There's a hell of a lot he could do for the next 5 fucking years, honestly. 60 fucking people.
Oh, man.
Shit.
You just throw a dart. All right,
exactly. Exactly, bro.
I didn't think about that. You're absolutely right, man.
But
You're absolutely right.
my man Virtuoso said, can Haney fight on the inside? He don't need to. Let me say this. Jamaine Ortiz not a great fighter on the inside. Did y'all watch that? He's not a good fighter on the inside. I don't think Jamaine Ortiz is a better fighter than Haney is on the inside. What Jamaine Ortiz did well when Lomachenko was tying him up, he would hit him with a double uppercut. He was doing that very well. But that was the extent of Ortiz's inside game.
Mm-hmm.
Went to the body a little bit, but it wasn't anything, he didn't do anything on the inside besides bully Lomachenko, hit him with his shoulder a few times. I saw that. That was that Andre Ward shit right there. You know what I'm saying? Hit a motherfucker under the chin with your shoulder, bro. Yeah, that's that Andre Ward shit right there. But exactly, bro. I seen that a couple of times, but other than that, Jermaine, or other than that, those double uppercuts that he was consistently landing on the inside, I mean, he didn't do anything miraculous that Devin Haney can't do himself. Mm-hmm. So he really doesn't need to fight on the inside. Devin Haney can keep this an outside fight in the middle of the ring if he wants to against this version of Lomachenko. Absolutely.
All right, man. So you heard your boy Teofimo Lopez, dog. Did you hear Teofimo Lopez?
Yeah, man. Something wrong
Prodigy.
with dude, man.
Hey, man, I'm going to need you to record your voice saying, y'all dudes need PR people, right? And I'm going to need you to record that. I'm going to make a clip of that. And I'm going to make that motherfucker go viral. Every time one of these motherfuckers say something dumb, I'm going to take that clip and I'm going to take your clip. Bam, y'all niggas need to get
For real, man. It's getting bad, dog. This generation, these bunch of stupid fools, bro. Just these motherfuckers just stupid, bro. It's come on. Look, Tio is another generation of stupid, though, man.
Oh,
like,
man.
I think, man,
next gen stupid.
Yeah, bro. That nigga 6G stupid. You know what I'm saying? This motherfucker 6G stupid, bro. This dude, man. That Cambosa's loss, it scrambled his brain, bro. But the combination of that and the beef he had with his bitch, that scrambled his brain, man. There's something wrong with this cat, man. Like, truly, I really believe something's wrong with him, man. What did he say, bro? I'm not gonna take it.
All right, so it was two things, right? The first one that first one that I know a little fire to you is when the motherfucker said, "Oh man, I fought Jamaine Ortiz in the amateurs. Lomachenko's gonna knock him out in 7. I want to go 4. He's like 4. Yeah, I'm trying to make a bet on this. I'm trying to win some money. Yeah. He's gonna knock him out in 4. What?
Okay, I mean, that's fine, but there's that. That's not the stupid remark, Bo. What's the stupid remark?
So they was asking him about him fighting Jose Pedraza. Teofimo Lopez openly admitted that he was not really interested in fighting Jose Pedraza. It wasn't the fight he really even wanted. He didn't want that fight, but Pedraza and Comey had a draw. It is what it is. Then they asked him about George Cambosa's. I'm sorry.
Arnold Barboza.
I'm sorry, Arnold Barboza. They asked him about Arnold Barboza. His reply was, "Oh, I didn't want to make that fight because the guy knows he's going to lose." He said, "But he's undefeated." He said, "Yeah, that guy was going to lose. He know he's going to lose. These guys are just saying my name. They just it's just notoriety, man. It's just clout chasing." What?
So WOE just said, I don't know why T.O. ain't pushing for Jack Catterall. Did you just hear what Bo just said, what he said about Arnold Barboza, man? Why the fuck would he fight Jack Catterall when he just made an excuse not to fight Arnold Barboza, man? That's Arnold Barboza. He's not on the level of Jack Catterall. This motherfucker literally just said, I don't really want to fight Jose Pedraza. But then turns around and says, well, I don't want to fight Arnold Barboza either because he knows he's going to lose. Well, wait a minute. Jose Pedraza should know he's going to lose too. At this point, Pedraza's a fucking gatekeeper. So if you didn't want to fight Arnold Barboza because he knows because Barboza knows he's gonna lose and it's a waste of your time, then what the fuck is Jose Pedraza? See how stupid these dudes are? They need PR people, man. If they had a PR person on his team, they would have made T.O. write down his fucking response, and the PR person would have read it, and he would have been like, T.O., this makes no sense, bruh. You can't say you won't fight Arnold because he knows he's going to lose and then go fight Pedraza, because obviously Pedraza knows he's going to lose too. It makes no sense. Erase that, nigga. Erase it. But okay, it was in pen. Put a line through it, T.O. Come on. You know how to draw a straight line, right? T.O., that's a circle. A straight line, T.O. Right through it. A straight line, T.O. That's a triangle. A straight line. Fuck it. I'll do it. Give me the pen, T.O. Here's a straight line. That's a straight line, T.O. I put it through your fucking comment. That's what a straight line is, T.O. Now, write it again, T.O. God damn it. I can't stand these dudes, Bo. I hate this generation of fucking boxing. I can't stand it. These dudes are terrible, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with T.O., man. Like I said, the combination of getting his ass whooped by fucking Cambosas and then him having trouble with his bitch and his mental health bullshit, beta male speak. You know what I'm saying? All of that wrapped up in one. Maybe that fucked up his judgment. I don't know, man. Something wrong with this cat, though, man. Something's really wrong with this dude. And real talk, y'all, I'm not interested in seeing him fight no more, man. Only once, if this nigga said, I mean, I'm retiring tomorrow, I wouldn't give a shit. I would just abruptly take this nigga out of 3 Kings boxing rankings. You know what I'm saying? Before the WBO, WBA, IBF, and WBC did it, I would do it first. Let me get this nigga up out of here, man. He retired. Get some dude up out of here, man. Yep. Put vacant there for them and wait for their next rankings to come out. I'd do it for them. Wouldn't give a shit. This dude, I mean, there was a soundbite he had after Devin Haney won Undisputed after he beat Cambosa the first time. And the interviewer asked him about Devin Haney. This motherfucker had the audacity to say, why would I fight him, man? He ain't done nothing. He ain't earned it. What do you mean he hasn't earned it? He just won Undisputed. He actually is a real undisputed champion, unlike yourself. You know what I'm saying? You had the franchise title. That didn't make you undisputed, nigga. Devin Haney is the real undisputed champion. He has the real WBC title, along with the IBF, WBO, and WBA. You didn't. So he actually achieved a feat that you didn't. And he had the audacity to say he hasn't earned the fight. And then he went on to say that the media is against him, and they're always making up bullshit stories and saying bullshit about him and overhyping these fighters. And he's saying, I'm going to expose them and I'm going to expose y'all too. Man, shut the fuck up, man. I'm so sick of T.O.'s face at this point. Y'all know there hasn't been a fighter that I've disliked more than Adonis Stevenson, bro. I couldn't stand Adonis Stevenson when he was the champ at light heavyweight. I couldn't stand that motherfucker, man, because he was clear as day, clear as water, nigga, ducking the shit out of Sergey Kovalev. He was ducking the fuck out of Buddy, bro. And he really didn't want no smoke with Bernard Hopkins. Ducked him too. Now, people going to say Bernard ducked him. Bullshit. Why the fuck would Bernard duck Adonis fucking Stevenson? He beat the dog shit out of him, bro. He ducked Bernard Hopkins and he ducked Sergey Kovalev too. Fighting Tommy Carpenter and Tony Bellew. Man, get the fuck out of here, bro. I couldn't stand Adonis Stevenson. But somebody is actually getting ready to take his place. And his name is Teofimo Lopez.
That's sad.
He's getting to that point, Bo. Somebody said it would have been cool if he fought the other Jose. Well, the other Jose was taken by Regis Prograis, so he couldn't fight him, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, if that were the case and he said, "No, I don't want to fight Arnold Barboza. I'm fighting Jose Zepeda." Yeah, that'd have been dope. Or Jose Ramirez. Yeah, that'd have been dope too. Right?
Yeah.
But he's fighting Jose Pedraza. You can't say what you say and you're fighting Jose Pedraza. It's clear he doesn't want to fight. He doesn't want to take those risks anymore because he overlooked George Cambosa's. And, you shouldn't overlook any fighter, but at the same time, on paper, we're fans. We can overlook fighters, right? We can do that.
Right.
We can overlook fighters. I was overlooking the shit out of George Cambosa's for Teo because I saw George go life and death with Lee Selby and fucking Mickey Bay. So I was like, yeah, he can't beat Teo. Everyone was like, yeah, he can't fucking beat Teo. Unless you're Australian, you said you couldn't beat Teo. Don't tell me as an American or a UK fighter, a UK fan, Philippines, Mexico, anywhere other than Australia, you said he could beat Teofimo Lopez in fucking Brooklyn. I seriously doubt that. I won't believe a fucking word you say. You know what I'm saying? Everyone felt outside of Australia, Cambosa was going to New York to lose. Okay?
Right.
So it should have been a win for Teo, and he dropped the ball. So he doesn't want to drop the ball again. Once again, 2K prophesized this. I told y'all on another podcast that Arnold Barboza has the tools to beat Teofimo Lopez. I said this. This is before Teo fought that Campa dude, the comeback fight at 140. It was before that fight was even announced when they were talking about Teo fighting Arnold Barboza. I told y'all then, I said Barboza has the tools to beat him. Well, evidently Team fucking Lopez understands because they don't want to entertain a fight with him. They see the same thing I see. And they say, nah, too much risk, man. Undefeated, you know what I'm saying? Top-ranked fighter. No, too much risk. Last time I looked at a fighter and thought he wouldn't be that good, I fucking lost to him. No. Jose Pedraza's a gimme. We know he's not that good. I think his name was Pedro Campa. He was a gimme. He hadn't fought anywhere outside of Mexico. And then you look at his resume, he had a bunch of niggas on there with losing records and debuts and shit, I believe. Right?
Yeah.
So we already knew this. He knew this. Oh, those are gimme wins. We knew that. Right? He doesn't want to take the risk, fellas, unless it's for lots of money. Greenbacks, ducats, dinero, guap, nigga. Unless it's for that, he ain't taking no fucking risk.
Yeah.
So if y'all paying this man somewhere, I mean, what was he gonna get from Triller? $9 million, right? From Triller to fight like Cam Booty. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think did DAZN match that when they got the fight?
But I think he wanted to get like $7 million from DAZN.
Okay, so you got to pay. He's already gotten $7 million, right? So unless Teo understands that his stock has dropped since he's lost, unless he understands that, that's the baseline now, $7 million. He ain't gonna want nothing less than that, especially given his fucking ego, right? And we're talking about big fights, fellas. We're not talking about fights against Pedraza. He's going to take what he takes against them. But when you start putting his name against the big fighters, right? Let's say Josh Taylor, for example. He's going to be like, well, I got $7 million for Cambosa's. Unless he understands that he has to take less because he took a loss and had to fight his way back up, he's going to say, I took $7 million or I got $7 million for Cam Booty. And this is a bigger fight than that, so I want more. If you can't get him that, he's not fighting those guys. Plain and simple. That's why I'm telling you now, Teofimo Lopez is no longer an attraction. Because he's not going to take those risky fights unless there's a lot of dineros involved.
That's the main reason why he didn't fight Devin Haney.
Yeah. It's too easy, man. He ain't fighting them niggas, man.
You know, at that moment, that's when they asked Teofimo about Barboza, that's when we should have had that. That's when Floyd should have been. Let me take that.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me get that, Teo. Nah, man, let me get that, man. Floyd Mayweather should have just walked up and did it. Let me get that. Fuck it, nigga. Just like Floyd should have just did it, bro. He ain't even with Floyd. He should have just did it, though. You saw how I handled Tank. You know where Tank is now. Let me get that. For real, man. You saw what happened with Badu Jack, right? And you saw where Badu Jack went. Let me get that, bro. Just let me talk for you, and I can get you where you want to go. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Oh man. Oh man, that's just so funny. But you're absolutely right, man. These guys need PR people. Like, you can't sit up and tell us you don't even really. I said his exact words. I don't even want you. He said I didn't even want that fight. Really, to be honest with you. Oh well, I didn't want to make that fight because the guy know he's gonna lose.
The funny thing is, he didn't even provide information on what fight he was actually looking for, because he's lying to you. He does want this fight. Fucking liar. He does want this goddamn fight because there's no risk. It's zero risk.
That's a good point. That's a good point because he didn't even say I didn't want this fight. I would rather have fought this guy. He didn't say
Exactly.
That. He didn't say that.
That's typically the response you would have gotten. Yeah, man, I wasn't really even looking for this fight. I was actually looking for this dude. This the cat I've been wanting to fight. He didn't even say that. Nigga's lying. Well, who did you want? Richard Comey instead? Who the fuck did you want? You know what I'm saying? What fight was you looking for? T.O.? This nigga out of here, man. Like I said, I have no interest of seeing. I'm not watching the Pedraza fight. I already said that on the last show. Not watching it. You know what I'm saying?
You say that daily to me.
I ain't watching that shit. And I'm not interested in seeing him fight anybody else unless it's a top fighter. You know what I'm saying? Because all that shit T.O. talked, he don't need no tune-ups. When do we stop holding motherfuckers accountable for the shit that they say? If I do walk around here. Let me just say this, guys. I say the shit that I say on my show, right? And then all of a sudden, a fucking video pops up, kind of like a certain YouTuber. I won't mention his name because, ain't no beef or nothing. But a video pops up where I'm getting smacked around and shit. I'm getting my ass whooped, right? On video. And it pops up all over Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. And even motherfuckers on YouTube come on with the video. Hey, man, this nigga 2K HNIC from Project Box Talk. Nigga got motherfucking ass whooped. And all of y'all see that. Guess what you're going to do? 2K, man, all that shit you be talking on the podcast, man, you ain't no real nigga. That's what y'all gonna say. You ain't no real dude. Shit, old niggas gonna be like, you's a jive turkey. Young niggas gonna be like, oh man, you was all cap. You all cap. You capping. I would get all sorts of ridicule from all generations known to man, talking about how I ain't real about my fucking words. But T.O. can be this way and nobody holds him fucking accountable. When did we stop doing that? He talked all that shit. I whoop everybody motherfucking ass, you know what I'm saying? Anybody come my way, shit, you know what I'm saying? Man, them niggas don't deserve it. Yeah, I fuck them niggas up, B. And then he gets his ass whooped by a low-level fighter, and then all of a sudden he needs all these goddamn tune-ups. Hold him accountable. Don't watch his damn fight. Shit. I'm like, you know what, nigga? You talked all that shit. You don't need to fight Pedro Campa and fucking Jose Pedraza. You should just jump right in there to the big fight. You say you the man. You say you got your nickname's the takeover. You say you taking over shit. Then jump right into the big fights, then, sir.
Agreed. I can't even put no more. I can't even put nothing else on there, man. Agreed. Because there's one guy out here who told y'all he don't believe in tune-ups, and he's living that. He's living by that. One dude told y'all, I don't leave no tune-up. He's living by that, right?
Errol Spence. Yup. Motherfucker almost died, came back, fought Danny Garcia. What kind of shit?
There was 3 reports on him. The nigga was totally fucked up. He might lose his motherfucking arm. May not have a boxing in. Oh no, man, nigga's got a couple scratches on his face.
Exactly, bro. Remember when that nigga came back, bro, and they interviewed him? They're like, Errol Spence, welcome back. You're like, nigga sound like Riddick Bowe and shit. Because he hadn't had that dental work yet. That nigga was all fucked up. We not lunatic, yo. Tune up. We come by big name. Come right back. Yep. Huh? Arrow, what'd you say, nigga? I had no idea what this nigga said, bro. I forgot what fight that was where he had his first interview after the accident. But I had no idea what this nigga said, bro. I was like, what the fuck did this? I said, Bo, did you catch that? Nah, man. I had my ears wide open. I didn't hear it, man. I was listening, bro. I didn't hear it, man. You know what I'm saying? And that nigga with this motherfucker had mush mouth and still fought Danny Garcia with mush mouth. Come on, man. I'm holding Tio accountable, nigga. I'm not watching Jose Pedraza, Jose anybody unless it's Zepeda or nah, bro. You get the winner of Regis Prograis or Zepeda, nigga. I don't want to hear nothing. You get that winner.
Yep.
You get that winner, bro.
Exactly. Or the winner of Jack Catterall and fucking Josh Taylor. Get that winner. You up here fighting no goddamn Jose Pedraza, huh? Dude didn't even win his last fight.
Man, he didn't even win. This motherfucker didn't even win a Crossroads fight. I thought Crossroads fights meant that if you don't win, it's over. That's what that means, Bo.
Hey, because it's definitely over for Joseph Parker. It's over for him.
Right.
Over for him.
Right. So I'm like, wait a minute. He got a draw, right? In a Crossroads fight. He should be done. We shouldn't see this dude no more. Why is he fighting Teofimo Lopez? Well, what about Richard Comey? Does he get next? Because to be quite honest with you, in that fight, Richard Comey looked better than him.
Yeah, he did.
He just gave up rounds at the end, ended up fucking getting a draw.
Yeah, yep.
But he actually, overall, in my opinion, Richard Comey looked better than Pedraza. So what, does he get next?
But see, this goes back to something J.L. Davis said right here. Right? We live in where people get participation. Yeah. You know why? Because the winner of it's supposed to be the winner gets the fight. So what happened? There was no winner.
Right.
So you see what I'm saying? So, he participated in the fight with Richard Comey, so fuck it. So how do nobody win gets an award? How do no winner means, well, you didn't win, but you still get winner treatment? Niggas, please.
Man, dog, yeah, man. Oh, my man Virtuoso, he said, who is that fighter from Harlem Nights? I can't remember his name, but I remember the actor, bro.
You're the rich nigga.
Mary trying to get that taxi. Man, that movie is my shit, bro. That movie is my shit, bro. Yo, dog,
that
but
movie dope.
Oh no, man. Like, yeah, dog. Like I said, man. Tio, nah, man. My man Alex asks, and this fight's on November 1st. So he said, are y'all doing a Hiroto Kawaguchi versus Kenshiro Taraji breakdown, man? That fight's on November 1st, so probably in the middle of the night. So we would have to get on probably sometime tonight or maybe tomorrow, man. I can't guarantee that, Alex, because we got a whole lot of shit going on. But, you know, we'll definitely try. You know what I'm saying? And if you see that motherfucker pop up, you know. You know what I'm saying? It's a fight that we've been waiting on, though. However, I'm not too enthusiastic about it as I was before because of Kenshiro losing to Mabuki.
Right.
So when he lost to him, and of course he got his title back in a rematch, right?
Yeah.
But that loss to me took a lot of luster off the fight, man. Because Kenshiro was, at that time, he was unstoppable.
Yes, he was.
Whooping everybody's ass.
Yes, he was.
And Hiroto Kawaguchi is really good. I mean, the fight that got, Hiroto Kawaguchi on the map was that win against Hecky Butler. That was a fight that really put him on the map. And that's what got people saying, okay, this dude might be something fucking serious. Because he not only whooped Hecky Butler's ass, he knocked him out, right? I think at that time, Butler was the WBA champ and the
Yes, he
Ring
was.
Magazine champ at that
Yes, he was.
time.
I picked him to
So,
win.
yeah, you did. That's right. That's right. So, Kaiguchi is literally on a unbeatable path right now. Like he can't be touched. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Taraji's already been touched recently too. So I'm not as enthusiastic. However, Bo, this fight could be a situation that we had. Remember a couple of fucking December 31st, a couple years ago, we can have a scenario where Kazuda Ioka beat the dog shit out of Kosei Tanaka. And I was high on Kosei Tanaka. I was like, man, Tanaka about to get. I like Kazuda Ioka, man. You know what I'm saying? He feel, I look every time I look at him, he feels like a brother to me. You know what I'm saying? Man. But Kosei Tanaka's a bad motherfucker. What did Ioka do? Whooped his ass.
Man, where is? I haven't heard.
He's fighting. He's fighting.
He's fighting. Boy.
Yeah, he's fighting.
He slowed that height train all over.
It slowed it down. It sure did. It sure did. It slowed it down. But he beat the shit out of Tanaka. Knocked him out, I think, in the 8th round or so. So something like that could happen here.
Yeah.
But I think Hiroto Kaiguchi is a better matchup for Kenshiro Taraji, right, than Kosei Tanaka was for Kazuda Ioka. Ioka been around the fucking block. He was a beast before he retired to get some ass and then came back. He was a beast before then. See what I'm saying? So Kenshiro, he's more so on the decline than Kazuda Ioka. So that's an excellent fight, man. I hope we're going to have the time, Alex, but I cannot guarantee it, man.
Yeah, I hope we have the time. Because, there's something that I'm looking at also, too, is that Junto Nakatani has moved up in weight.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at Junto Nakatani and Kazuda.
That's a bad motherfucker right there,
in
too,
2023,
man.
Baby. I want to see that.
I want to see Junto, but I wanted to see Junto clear out 118.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You said he already moved up to 122?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, I'd rather he had cleared out 118 because I wanted him to fight Julio Cesar Martinez. You know what I'm saying? 122 is all right, though. I mean, Stephen Fulton is still there, but I don't think Fulton is really I said 118. I'm sorry. 112. Why did I say 118? I wanted Nakatani to clear out 112 to fight Julio Cesar Martinez. So you're saying he moved up to super flyweight.
Right.
I don't know why I was thinking 118, 122. I'm thinking about fucking Noya Inoue and shit.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same shit you think.
Yeah, I'm thinking fucking my bad, y'all. Hey, nigga, it's 2:30 in the morning. It's 2:30 in the morning.
Exactly. And we've been up since what time?
Yeah, I've been up since 6:30, but
exactly.
Yeah, I'm thinking about Noya Inoue. Yeah, Junto Nakatani. Like I said, I did want him to clear out 112. Going up to super flyweight. We talked about him fighting what's his name? Roman Gonzalez. Also fighting Kazuda Ioka, right? I would like to see those fights, but I would just had much rather him clear out 112 and somebody, Virtuoso put him versus Bam Rodriguez, right? Those are the fights I would have liked him to see him in.
Oh,
so I'm not too. I don't like him moving up, but at the same time, I know why he's doing that. That's where the money is.
Yeah, it's fucked up because I think Bam about to fight for his vacant title too.
Yeah, he is. Yep. I don't know, man. I that sucks because now we got Bam and Julio Cesar Martinez. You know what I'm saying? I'm good with that. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm fine with that, Bo. Junto Nakatani could have cleared out that division, bro. I think he would have beaten them all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that would have made him look even better than what he looks right now. So, yeah, I don't know. But, man, Alex says, speaking of Fulton, where is MJ? I don't know, man.
He's out hurt again. Motherfucker hurt again. He sent the letter to put in for an exemption of an injury. Sir.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah, y'all want to see MJ? Oh, you want to see MJ? Anyone of his fellow men that's fighting, he'll be there. That's when you see.
Right. Yeah, he'll be there with his hat on and shit. Get that damn Russian Kango or Uzbekistan Kango,
Right.
whatever the fuck it
No,
is,
that's
man.
what
Over here, we call that shit a Kango, bro.
yeah, exactly.
But
That's
yeah,
what he is.
my man Daniel said that heavyweight fight on the Loma undercard won by Nacho Libre was kind of pathetic. He's talking about Ricardo Torres. Ricardo Torres is, you know what I see? You know what I see in Ricardo Torres, bro? I'm forgetting the guy's name again. The heavyweight that was undefeated from New York.
Man, Joe Messi, man.
Joe Messi.
Stop, man. Leave me alone, man.
That's who I'm seeing, bro.
Leave me alone, man.
Ricardo Torres is another Joe Messi. He needs to go to cruiserweight, man. Ricardo Torres is fucking terrible, man.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand he's still a prospect. But if you watch him fight, who's gonna clean that shit up? You know what I'm saying? Who the fuck is cleaning that shit up, man?
Who's gonna clean that shit up?
Nobody's cleaning up that terrible ass style that he has. He had it as an amateur. That's why he got knocked out in the fucking final of the Olympics. You know what I'm saying? I believe it was the final of the Olympics anyway.
Yeah. He made our way to the finals.
But I think he got knocked out in that fight. That's how he got the silver medal. The dude he fought, I think, was like a Russian cat too, man. So I remember they were talking about him the whole fucking time.
Yeah, you're
and
right.
Torres ended up fighting him, got knocked out. But he's not gonna clean that up, man. I mean, that's how he fights, y'all. So I mean, he needs to go to cruiserweight. If he stays at heavyweight, I don't see him getting into any goddamn title fights, bro. Because the next generation of heavyweights, when Wilder, Joshua, and Fury are gone, they're all better than him too. They're all better than that guy too.
Daniel DeBose, Martin Bacoli.
Yeah.
What's his name? Frank Sanchez.
Yeah, they're all better than him, bro. So it's like, I don't. He needs to go to cruiserweight, bro. He's too small. He's too wild. He doesn't he's 6'2". Honestly, he's not small, but he fights small. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Kind of like a David Tua-esque, but David Tua is much better though.
Right. He don't have no Mike Tyson type of ability to change levels. He's just terrible, bro. He needs to go to cruiserweight, man. Very terrible fighter. Very bad. Very bad.
All right, man. Go to 3kingsboxing.com.
Just saying, man. I'm just being realistic, man. He would have ended up on our, overhyped series and shit. It would have been him. He'd been one of the motherfuckers on there, man. Him. We already did Nico Ali Walsh, sorry ass.
Oh, came out like Dracula tonight, man. What the hell?
Man, I heard he got his ass whooped. I didn't watch the fight though. Somebody said he got robbed. I didn't watch it though, so I can't speak on that shit. But he whacked though. If he got robbed, we all understand that our overrated fighter series was on point. Just saying, because they ain't put him in there with no real contender, dog. and if that contender got robbed, then you understand.
Right. All right, man. Go to 3kingsboxing.com for latest grades. What's going on in the sport of boxing. Hey, man, I want to thank all you guys for being here with us, man. And like we told you guys, hit that notification because you never know when me and Prodigy might go live. All right, Prodigy, man, take them out.
Hit us up on Twitter at 3kingsboxing, Instagram at 3kingsboxing, right here on Facebook.com/3kingsboxing. Also, man, go to this YouTube channel, Prodigy of Boxing Talk. Hit the subscribe button if you like what you hear. Hit that notification bell to let you know when we go live. Also, go over to the 3 Kings Boxing YouTube channel. The link is in the description. Hit the subscribe button there and the notification bell there as well. All right. Definitely appreciate everybody in the chat. Of course, all my regulars, man, that come through and support us at all times of the fucking day, man. That shit is impressive to me, man. We don't really tell y'all when these live shows are going to happen, but we throw them up there. I see the same cats in here, man. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely appreciate the loyalty. We're going to try to keep this going. Keep a lookout for possibly a show tonight or maybe tomorrow, so we can break down that Kayaguchi Taraji fight, man. I can't guarantee it, but just be on the lookout for it. All right. Appreciate everybody again. Till the next one, we out.